Not living, just not dying. A journey through the slums of Victorian Manchester. Before we step into the smoke-choked alleys of 1900 Manchester, I want to say this. If you re one of the quiet regulars who returns to these stories, if you ever paused your day to listen to voices long buried in history, thank you. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're able, please tap like, hit subscribe, and drop a line in the comments. Where are you listening from? And what time is it in your world right now? It still moves me to think that someone in Dublin might be sipping tea at dawn, while you curled up in Chicago at midnight, all of us drawn to the same forgotten lives, the same unspoken courage. You're not just an audience. Now, get comfortable, because where we're going, you'll need every ounce of warmth you can carry. Your eyes open, not to silence, but to sound. Not the gentle hum of a modern morning, but the wet, ragged coughs of strangers breathing in the dark. The air is thick, metallic, sour with coal smoke and unwashed skin. You're not in a bed. Bodies press against you on all sides. This is a four-penny doss house in Angel Meadow, one of Manchester's most infamous slums. For the price of 4 copper coins, you've bought yourself a night off the streets. No privacy, no dignity, just survival. It's 1900, and Manchester doesn't sleep, it grinds. The city pulses with industry. Over 700,000 souls crowd its brick canyons, drawn by the promise of work. But the work doesn't sustain life, it consumes it. Families live on 6pence a day less than the cost of a single loaf of bread today. Their staple meal, dip, a thin broth of potatoes, onions, and whatever gristle passes for meat, stretched with water until it barely coats the bowl. Parents go hungry so their children might eat, and every breath carries the dust of their labor cotton fibers, tobacco shreds, lead particles, slowly turning lungs to stone. You step outside, and the city assaults your senses. The sky is never blue, only a dull orange-gray, the sun a ghost behind a veil of factory smoke. Streets are rivers of mud and refuse. Cab drivers refuse to enter Angel Meadow. I'd rather not have my cab smashed with bricks, one famously told a journalist. Yet within this hell, humanity flickers. In the Wesleyan mission, men chop firewood to earn supper and a bed, not as charity, but as work with dignity. Neighbors share tea leaves, bread heels, coal scraps. A mother gives her last onion to a sick child. A tailor offers a grieving widow a sip of whiskey on a train platform. These are not grand gestures, they are acts of quiet rebellion against a system designed to reduce people to cogs. Women bear the heaviest load. They roll cigars until their hands turn brown, stitch aprons for pennies, scrub laundry in scalding lye until their skin cracks. Then they return home to cook, clean, and care for children, often on empty stomachs. We don't live, one tells you, her voice weary but clear. At night, the pubs fill not with revelry, but with exhaustion. Workers drink not for joy, but to numb the pain of another day in the mills. Card sharks run scams using war heroes as bait. Children scavenge coal along polluted riverbanks. Prostitutes work under bridges. The truly destitute sleep in doorways, whispering, "Not my first night on the cobbles. Might not be my last unless it is." Then problem solved. And all the while, upwind in Victoria Park, the wealthy dine in mansions with clean air and hot water, debating whether the poor are deserving of help. They blame drinking, laziness, improvidence, Never the wages that can't cover rent. Never the factories that poison the air. Never the system that profits from suffering. But change is stirring. Unions grow. Journalists go undercover, sleeping in doss houses to tell the truth. A rare factory owner visits his workers' homes and can't unsee the rot. At weddings in St. Michael's Church, brides wear borrowed dresses and carry homegrown flowers. At wakes, neighbors pool coins for coffins and sing songs the dead child loved. Music, memory, community, these are the weapons of the powerless. Because in the end, Manchester is not just a city of machines. It is a city of people who, despite everything, refuse to stop being human. As the factory whistles blow for the night shift, you realize the machine never sleeps. But neither does hope.